I am a visual artist. I have stumbled into being an advocate. I am proudly neuroqueer. I am a late diagnosed autistic person and parent of 2 autistic offspring, one whom is here with me today, Georgia, and another safely snuggled up watching from home. They are nearing year 11 and they loathe high school and love gaming. My creative master's work recently completed at RMIT broadly looked at the way autistic people mediate our experiences of the world through technology, creating for ourselves positive, alternate social worlds. Today I am presenting in part on the why we seek to create alternate social experiences and worlds. I would like to speak to the idea of interpersonal accessibility, interpersonal exclusion, and interpersonal discrimination. Interpersonal refers to the interactions we have with each other. Autistic people are often noted to have a deficit in this area. In fact, it is one of the diagnostic criteria. But more current research speaks of the double empathy problem. We're great at communicating, neurotypicals are just bad at connecting with us. I have been mercilessly bullied and excluded. I have experienced interpersonal discrimination well into adulthood, at work, at university, and in social groups. I've struggled to find safe, ongoing, meaningful work. I've struggled to find any work. I'm currently unemployed in this moment. I've not had any real income for the best part of 2 years. I've been applying for approximately 3 jobs per week, from supermarket jobs to jobs in my fields of experience. My last 3 interviews failed autistically and spectacularly. To know that I am unvalued and unwanted in this normative world has had a profoundly negative impact on my mental health and well-being. I have many unearned privileges. I have many things to be thankful for, and I hold these binary truths as a complex part of my autistic lived experience, and I am not alone. This was a consistently shared experience that came through in our survey. And to quote recent research from Amaze, in Australia, the unemployment rate for autistic people is 31.6%, 3 times the rate of people with a disability. And concerningly, AFAB autistic people are 13 times more likely to die by unaliving ourselves than AFAB people who are not autistic. Your interpersonal discrimination, violence, and exclusion is having real, harmful, material impacts on us and our lives. No amount of early intervention will fix this because it is not our behaviour that needs to change. We do not need to disclose our difference or neurodivergence to experience interpersonal violence or exclusion. We just need to be seen as a bit weird, a bit off, a bit uncanny, or a bit difficult. Uncanny difference and interpersonal discrimination and violence go hand in hand. Popular culture has many a character coded as autistic or neurodivergent. Many are the dangerously insane, serial killers, or the evil. My son has had his school peers call him things like a school shooter because he is quiet and often happy just being alone gaming. These harmful stereotypes add to neurotypical discomfort that those you see as slightly off might be unsafe. If you are an educator, a decision maker, gatekeeper, social leader, or workplace manager, I challenge you to address your own assumptions about the people you just don't like, or that seem a bit weird, or those moving in funny ways, or those who are difficult or rude, or those not speaking to you as you demand of them. Maybe the reason you don't like them is not because of some higher intuition, but your interpersonal discrimination and ableism. A powerful way we can work together to foster interpersonal accessibility is to make familiar our stories, for the familiar becomes safe for all of us. I would posit that the authentic autistic representation of Quinny in Heartbreak High by Chloe Hayden has done more for interpersonal accessibility for autistic people in the few months since it was launched than all of the early interventions you have designed for us and our children. I am concluding my presentation with 3 calls to action for this government and this ministry. Please give some funding to autistic storytellers. Give a grant to Sala or Guildhouse and ask them to facilitate the creation of our stories. Our little city has so many wonderful autistic artists and storytellers. And extend the Discrimination Act to fold in interpersonal discrimination. I, like many of us, have 1,000 quantifiable examples I could share of this happening to me with no pathways to do anything about it. And thirdly, design policy that creates employment pathways for us. And our next speaker has a lot to say about that.